Hi and welcome to Adobe Live. My name is Anika and I'm your host today. I'm a freelance graphic designer and Adobe Express ambassador based out of Toronto, Canada. Welcome back after a week full of Adobe Max streams, and I hope you all had an amazing weekend. Thank you so much for joining me here today on Adobe Live. We are live both on YouTube and Behance. If you're watching on YouTube in the live chat, make sure to say hello. And if you have any questions, make sure to ask me in the live chat. I'm keeping an eye on the Behance chat. So if you want to join the conversation, come over to Behance. But if you want to look and stay over for content, stay on YouTube. All right. Without further ado, I want to say that it's a very nice Monday morning, and we're going to work on designing a brand in under 30 minutes using Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Express. It is really exciting because I feel like Express is underused by creative professionals in the sense that we want to use it more and implement it in our workflow, which I'm going to use today. So I'm really excited to dive into it. And I'm also actually creating a brand for our Adobe Live chat moderator team, which is super exciting because I'm also an Adobe Live mod now. So why don't we jump into it, see what Adobe Express looks like, see what ideas I have and what funky logo we're going to design. But let's dive into it. If you've never seen Adobe Express before, this is the landing page for Adobe Express. You can see that I have a cursor here that you can see. If you have any questions about the user interface or anything that you want me to cover, let me know because I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe I can use some of those suggestions for you all tomorrow. But here's how it looks like. There are a lot of popular templates you can start from, and there's Instagram stories, there's Adobe Max posts here as well, trending backgrounds, posters, logos, and such. So Adobe Express can be used versatile in a very versatile way. So let's jump into Illustrator and see what we have. So yeah, this is so this idea may not look really cool right now, but I promise it's gonna be cool. But let's dive into how I started. Okay, so I started with a very basic idea that let's just have like a type based logo, which is what I usually do. So I'm an illustrator, and I have this font here. This is a very cool font. It's called Marag Display. It's not an Adobe font, but if you wanted, you can go to fonts.adobe.com and find all the fonts here. I can click on all fonts and look for it, but we will actually dive into our logo design before we actually pick any fonts for us. So today we have this. I also decided to create some fun here, but I'm not too sure if I'm going to use that. Okay, but we have this guy here. The idea behind this funky logo is essentially the fact that I wanted to use a shield because moderators are supposed to keep an eye on everyone, and there's also a shield. But I didn't want it to be very typical, so I created something like this creepy monster because a moderator is just like looking at you at all times, and you're looking at them at all times. So it's just like an eye monster here. But then I was like, maybe I'll create something that a moderator is like rolling their eyes, like looking at chat, what's going on. So these were the two concepts. Sometimes I come up with like 20 sketches or 30 sketches before I make something, but this was like very instantaneous, like a click, and I was like, oh, I really love this idea, maybe I should do something about it. So I think I'm gonna go with this, but I also want to implement this little hat here, which is like a sergeant hat, so I'm just gonna use both of them. So I'm essentially gonna use the ellipse tool here, which is just L on your keyboard. Sorry, did not mean to do that. It just always does it. Accessibility options on my laptop don't really work well all the time. But thank you so much for joining me. I'm just gonna say a quick hello to chat before we dive into it. I see our moderators Cody and Wade in the chat. Hello, welcome on into the stream. Thank you for joining. We have Rick, we have Liz. Hi Liz. We have Noor, John, Jan. Wait, sorry, said that wrong. Oliver, we have Nimisha and Noor. Okay, monsters need hats. Exactly. Okay, so let's dive into it. I'm gonna press L on the keyboard with the ellipse tool and hold shift while I'm creating this, just because I want like a constrained ellipse. So basically like a perfect circle. I also want to create something like this here. And as you can see, this is on a different layer, which I can turn off and on, but I'm going to turn down the opacity just so that I can see. I have these two here, and I'm going to press Shift X on my keyboard just to convert it to an outline, essentially a stroke, but I'm just going to keep this here. Okay. But let me know if you guys have ever created something in Illustrator and taken it into Express to use under the brand kits tab. I feel like that is such a game changer for me because I can provide that to my clients easily, and I'm like, oh, why didn't I use this before? But let's dive into what is going on here. Okay, so I'm just creating these eyeballs. I feel like this is probably a good idea. Okay, let's go here. And of course, there's a mouth which is like surprised. So I want to go here in the sense of like, hey, this is probably like a surprised face. So we have this guy here, and also this can look like it's glasses, and you're like looking at it. So it's like it's a combination of things. Okay, it's a combination of things. And then I have this circle. I'm gonna change the color to white just because I want to like show like innocence, because us moderators really don't know what to do sometimes. We're like, should we do this or should we not? Should we let that slide? Okay, all that I say about moderating today is not serious, so don't you guys take it seriously. Okay, I'm just trying to make it fun. Shana in the chat, hello. Shana says, I haven't touched Adobe Express yet. Well, Shana, you're in luck because I am here to show you everything about Express. So if you have any questions, make sure to pop them in the chat and I'll be happy to answer them. All right, this is looking really cool already, but as you can see, there's like, obviously this is not how I want the final logo to look like, but I do think that we're getting somewhere with this. I'm gonna hold Option Shift and drag it out just so that I have a copy, and I do see something here which I want to create. So I have this guy, and it kind of looks really fun. But let's actually use increase our stroke. So right now it's at 1 point. It's right above me over here, but I want it to be like 2 points. I guess this looks kind of okay, but I'm just gonna keep this here. I'm gonna go to my object. I'm gonna go to expand right here, which is Command 9, which I've customized as a shortcut. If you are in Illustrator, you can customize shortcuts, but you don't have to. But I have it selected, but I'm just gonna go in the normal way if you're working. And also, by the way, if you are new to Illustrator as well, I'm in my custom workspace, but you can usually use the Essentials Classic workspace, which has all the control bars and everything you need at the top. I'm actually gonna show you how that looks like. So you have Workspace, Essentials Classic, not so different, but I have it customized to what I typically use. So all right, so I have this guy. I'm gonna press Shift M on my keyboard, and I'm gonna cut this out because I really don't need it. And then this can kind of look like a face. I don't know, it's weird, right? Maybe I want to tilt it a little bit. Okay, so I have this guy, and now I'm gonna probably create like a hat situation because this is like a sergeant hat. So why not? Let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, we have this guy, and then I'm gonna bring it here and possibly here. And this is all like a sketch that I created in Adobe Fresco. So I feel like all of this workflow is like really dynamic. And with the power of Creative Cloud, I can essentially use all of this in all the applications. I can export my Fresco file within to Illustrator, and that's really helpful. But I just like exported like a PNG version just to bring it here. Okay, so I have this guy, and I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna make it here, and let's see if it aligns. It kind of aligns. I'm not too sure. Okay, yeah, there you go. I can obviously use the tools here, but okay. So I feel like this looks good, and then I'm gonna use the shape builder tool again to make it one shape, or you can also use the pathfinder to make a union of these shapes. Okay, and now I'm gonna make the hat here really quickly. So we have this hat here, and here, and then we have this guy here. Maybe also, if you have, I know we have some Adobe Live moderators in chat, so if you guys have any opinions about this, because essentially you guys are my clients, right? So you know what's great about Adobe Express? I can just send this brand to my team, which is the Adobe Live team, and they can use it if they want in any of the posts that they create. So that's fun. I'm gonna show you how to do that tomorrow as well. So you can use Content Scheduler and all of the fun stuff, and essentially share that if you're collaborating with someone or you have someone in your team that wants to use the same brand. You can also share the Creative Cloud library with them, but also the brand within Adobe Express. So it's really exciting. Okay, I am gonna change some colors here. I'm gonna make it a stroke just so that we can see. and I am essentially going to make this a stroke as well, just because I want to see here. Now there's this shape here which is like a star, so I'm just going to use a shape tool here and use the star tool. I'm going to click on it and drag it out. Now this is already 5, but what if you wanted more shapes to this polygon? You press the up arrow key and that's going to give you more sides to this polygon, but I need 5 for my purposes, so I'm just going to leave it be like this. I'm going to use my selection tool and bring it here, maybe to the side over here just a second. And then I'm going to use the ellipse tool just to make like a circle. Okay. And now I'm going to align it to each other. And maybe perhaps I want it to be like, use direct selection to maybe not make it so pointy, you know? Okay. And I'm going to do the same here as well. I see an issue here, which is fine. Use the pen tool. Okay. I'll fix that later. All right. I am just gonna check chat just to see if there are any questions. Maria says, I started using Adobe Express and I see that I can use templates with Crown. Are this all really free? Yes, a lot of them are actually free, Maria. I'm not too sure what you're talking about, but I'm gonna dive into the shapes in just a second. So if you have this, I'm gonna size it down just a little and then I'm gonna rotate it. All right, not so much. Maybe something like this. Okay. Just keeping a track of time. And now I'm gonna make this a shape, send it to back, maybe use this color just to see what we have going on. And then we have this guy. Obviously you can, this is just like freehand, but you can obviously use like a rounded rectangle tool here. But I'm just doing it. I'm just winging it, you guys. I'm just winging it. Okay, let's see. Oh, no. Use the wrong shape. But that's the beauty of like using Adobe Illustrator for something like this, that you can essentially go back and change these shapes later on. So that's beautiful. Okay, and now I'm gonna essentially not select this shape, bring it out here. And oh, there were holes here that I forgot about, but I can bring those here, make it black, and then I can cut all of this out. So we have this. Maybe you want to make it just a little, maybe not. Okay, then I'm gonna drag a copy out. And hello, we almost have a brand here, hopefully. Okay, and now what I want to do is expand all of it. So I'm going to select all of this, go to my object button, click on expand, click OK, and now I can use the shape builder tool to essentially cut these things out. So I want this to be an empty space. I did the opposite, but if you press Alt on the keyboard, that's going to cut these out here. And I also want to do something here which is really nice. I'm going to press Shift M again, and then I'm going to essentially cut this out as well, cut this out, and maybe I don't want this as well. So we have this. Okay, I think this is looking cool. I want to change the colors. I do have some color palettes that I have here already. These are the colors that I want to use. I feel like I do want to implement the reds, the orange kind of shield color. So I use these colors for my logo. I'm just going to use the eyedropper tool to make something here really quickly, which is like this guy, and we have this color here. Wait, what happened? Okay. Alrighty. I feel like this is looking cool, and I can just delete this shape. Yeah, that's looking nice. I think it's coming together really nice. This shape is kind of weird, so maybe I can fix that. Okay. Alright. Noor says it's like the goldfish with big eyes face. Yes, you don't have to pray extra. Oh, cool. Maria, thank you. I'm glad that answers your question. All right. I feel like this hat is looking cool, but let's make something else here. Let's see. Maybe something like this. Okay. Oh, I messed it up, you guys. Okay. And then we have this here, and then I'm just gonna make a copy of it. Okay. This funky looking dude is essentially our mascot. It's our mascot. Okay, you guys, I'm sure you don't like it yet, but you will. Okay, I will change the colors of these as well. So maybe I'll just bring it to this color. I feel like it's looking good. Okay, I feel like it's looking good. Now, what this really needs is essentially like type, because I don't really know looking at it what this is. This is supposed to be fun. This has like a sergeant hat or whatever, but I do need type to tell me that this is what it is and this is what we are. So why don't we go ahead and look at some type here? So I have some type here. These are all the Adobe fonts that I used. So I have this guy here, which is essentially a Bastular Bold. That's the font. Oh, no, that's the font that I have. I'm gonna just make a copy of this. This is right here. And then we have another one right here. This is called Ameline Regular. But I did actually go ahead to create a type lockup here, which is this guy. So I'm just gonna use that. We have Bastular Bold and Casey. Casey is a very fun I got all of these. If you go here and see like a cloud icon, this is essentially an Adobe font activated on the cloud. I have 3 variations here, classic, bold, and ultra. So maybe I'll just create like 3 lockups for that. So let's see what bold looks. Oh, that's fun. I also have ultra, which is really cool. Maybe I can just use this guy and make it bigger. But make your logo bigger. No, but I think I just gonna stick with this guy and bring it here. So let's see. Okay. And then we have this guy. This is all expanded, so it's fine. I'm actually gonna make a copy of this and bring it out here. And we have this. So now I see that this needs to be scaled. I feel like I need more of these. Like this needs to be bolder. So I can fix that later. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it be. I also want this color to be like this orange color. I feel like this is looking really cool. It's coming together. What do you guys think, Wade and Cody? What's up? What do you guys think about this? But this is looking cool. I love this. But the thing is that we want to create logo lockups and we have like only 15 minutes left. So I'm just going to go here and get this color. I'm going to go make a copy of this and grab this color and press Command D just to make another copy and grab this color. This will give me logo variations for everything. And now I can just, I can essentially just group this guy and then bring this here and bring it on top right over here. Over here. Okay. And Cody says, looks good. Hello. Thank you. I promise it's going to be looking good in a while. In a second. So we have this guy right here. And I also want to create a version which is like edible. Wow. Editable. So I bring this here, and I can change the colors here. So what do I do now? I can press this eyedropper icon and use this in here, and I can probably use this color here. So essentially, I want to create something that's going to work across the colors that I have for my brand. I have these 2 colors. I'm going to zoom in just so that I can see. And I have this color right here. Maybe I want to use... this was... Hold on. Oh, God. What? I promise. I promise I'm going to fix this. Okay. All right. Will you make eyeballs move like in a GIF version? Looks nice and interesting color. Like Julia's. Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let me actually do something really quickly. Okay. Let me Julia child this. Hold on a sec. Let me Julia child this. So essentially, what I'm doing now is bringing a logo that I initially made, just so that I can not waste so much time. So I'm gonna bring that here. Okay, really quickly. Hello. We have this here. So this is essentially the logo that I created, and this is how it looks. I worked on it a little bit more while I was on video. So this is how it looks now, and these are the color lockups, and this is how it looks. It's kind of bolder and really, really nice. But I also want a version which is essentially going to be used. What I really like about logos and like branding in general is responsive logos. So these are the logos with all the colors, but now I want it as a favicon. Maybe I just want a word mark, or maybe I want something which is like a horizontal lockup. So why don't we go ahead and copy this here? Essentially, I'm going to copy all of these just to see how that looks on a white background. I see that the colors here don't really work well. So what I'll do is I'll delete this guy right here. I'm going to hit delete. And since I already have this color, I'm just going to hit I and get these colors here. Over here, and this. And Liz is looking so good. Shana says, love the work in progress. Hello, thank you so much. If you have any questions for me, let me know. So I feel like the black and white version is also, the monochrome is looking super cool. But I also want a version which only has the hat, right? So I'm going to double click in here, and I'm going to press Command C, Command F, and then bring it down, which is can act as a favicon, which is super cool. I can press Command C, Command F, and bring it down, which can be a favicon, and then I'm gonna align it just so that it looks pretty on our screen. And I think the last thing that I want to do is maybe create like a smaller version which can go as like a lockup. So I'm gonna go here and essentially create copies of this. So ideally, I would just like create copies right over here and bring it in. I actually want to replace it with this guy. So I'm going to press this guy. I'm going to press Command F to paste it in front and make it all the same color. All right. And now what I can do is essentially delete this guy and also these eyes right here. And I'm going to hit delete, and then bring it up. Okay. And then I can bring it like this. I feel like this kind of looks like hat on your face. Looks really cool. I'm going to delete this as well. So these are all our versions, and I'm going to align this to this guy. And I'm just going to zoom out just to see how it's working. Now, it's really important to zoom out to see if your logo is really legible at a smaller point. There are obviously certain specifications that you want to specify in your branding kit where you think about the logo will not be sized down more than like 11 points, for instance, and there will be so and so extra space around it. So you want to think about all of that when you're working with branding. I feel like this is looking really cool. We have the colors here. We have everything ready to go, and I just need to export these for Adobe Express. So why don't we go ahead, and I want to select everything here except the background because I just want this color lockup here. So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to hit Export Selection just because I want to do that. I'm going to call it Color Lock 01, and I'm going to press copy. I'm going to really find like a place that I wanted to save. Give me a second. I'm just looking for that really quickly. We have a few minutes left, and with only 5 minutes left, I can show you how easy it is to set up a brand. All right. Okay. I'm going to choose, and then I'm going to go here and export the asset. I'm going to do the same for this guy as well. File, Export Selection really quickly, and then I'm going to call it 02, which is our lockup. And then you can obviously create oddboards, but I did not create oddboards. This is just one big oddboard. I'm just hiding my oddboards here. But if you have created oddboards, it's just super easy and quicker. But for our purposes, I'm just going to hit export really quickly now. Export selection, export selection again. And if I wish I created oddboards, but it's fine. It's totally fine. Okay, let's dive into Express now and create a brand kit. So if you have Adobe Express here, what you have to do is essentially just go to your brands tab on top, click on brands, and you can create a brand right here. If you click on create a brand, you can essentially create any brand you want and share it with your clients. It's going to take a second to load, and you can upload your logos here. So it supports like both PNG and JPG. So you just have to go to logo lockups wherever you exported your assets. This was the first one, so I'm going to grab this just because Adobe Express automatically senses the color that you add. So these are all the logo colors we had. I'm going to use this as our primary color, and then I can choose a font as well. I'm going to use a Lato bold just because it's a really cool sans serif, and then I'm going to call it AL Mod Squad because that's what this brand is. I'm going to create the brand, and literally within 2 minutes, I can set up the brand in Adobe Express. So if you are a creative professional and you've been using Adobe Illustrator for all your life, but don't know how to share your brands with someone who's a new business and they're starting up and they want to use something like a web application, and is also easily accessible, you can use Adobe Express and create your brand kit. And here we are. Voila. And you can now click on the plus button to add more logos. I'm going to add my color lockups here. I can add more here while that's loading. So this is color lockup 3. And then I'm going to add more colors here. I'm going to add some more colors here. We have this icon. And then we have this guy here as well. I'm going to click X, and I can add more colors in here as well. I'm going to go back to my Illustrator file really quickly, 35. I can also get the hex code of this, which is just black. Maybe I'll just use something like this. Not quite black. Okay, and then I can add more colors here as well. So this is the color. I'm going to copy this, and then I can click here and paste and go ahead. And right here, we have everything set up. we have the headings and the fonts, we have the page themes, and this is how it's going to look like across your product mockups. You can go ahead and edit these as stamps as well, which is really cool. And all you have to do now, because I want to invite my team here, I click on invite people here, and I can either send this link and copy this and send it to my Slack chat, or I can just say Wade Acuff at adobe.com, if I have any of this information, I can do that within a few seconds, and all of this was done in Illustrator and Express. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love that you all were here, and I hope you enjoyed the video. We have a live stream coming up tomorrow for Adobe Express as well. Tomorrow, we're using Creative Cloud libraries and Photoshop and mockups, all of the fun stuff. Gonna implement what we had today. I'm gonna use Illustrator, Photoshop, and Express tomorrow, so you're gonna learn how to use all of it together. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, make sure to put it in the video comments down below. If you're watching this on replay, tag me on social media if you use any of these. Tag Adobe Express and join our community Discord. We have a lot of fun tips and tricks over there. Thank you so much for watching, and stick around for the Photoshop DCC up next. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.